Hello, welcome to our live co-working here over on the Branding Fix. Today is you are working with us, studying with us, working on the day job, or working on your blog Pomodoro style. So we're going to be working for 15 minutes. We're going to take a 10-minute break, have a little kiki, work for another 15 minutes, and then have another chat at the end. So if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, pop them in the live chat. But if you're watching the replay of this, to kind of help keep you accountable, pop that in the comment section as well. We do reply to comments and we bear that in mind when we come here live for a little chitty chat as well. So today I am working on Branding Fix YouTube videos. So not even my own blog this week. What are you working on, Fran?
I am just sticking with working on Facebook because it's worked out well for me the past, couple of weeks. So I'm going to keep with that, try to be consistent there.
Yeah. I'm loving that you're so consistent on Facebook. I have been consistent on Instagram. And I know people think Instagram is super difficult. And listen, it is. But I'm finding some little tricks and tips. Again, stay tuned to our Instagram experiment video. We have that coming up and I'm still using it and it's still working. And so that's an exciting video to look forward to. Let me see how we're doing on time. Okay, we do have 1 minute. One thing we do want to talk about is making blogging and content creation doable, especially for people working 9-to-5 jobs. And we don't mean literally 9 to 5. Once you have a day job, whatever your hours might be, making it doable for you. And we've been thinking about it two ways. I know Fran has experience on the weekends. For me, my experience is waking up early, or if I wake up early for work, take a nap and then do some blog work afterwards. But we really have to work together, meaning us in the community. So if you have tips, let us know in the comments below on how we can make it more doable around a 9-to-5 for different people. Because you have experience with the weekends though, Fran.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I think it's easy only because with for example, taking a whole day, you can batch so much work, and I tend to work better when I work for a longer period of time so that I can just be in it and just get more done than if I say I work like an hour every night. I'll get less done just because it takes me longer till I get in the flow of the work. So I will not be as productive. I mean, I definitely still do that when I need to, but definitely a long stretch of work, I get so much more done.
Yeah. So we'll be talking a lot more about that in our next break. But as always, if you have any questions, any thoughts, pop them in the comments. We're going into our deep work now, which means we're going to be mics off. There's going to be some background music. You can tune out the music if you don't like it. And we're going to work. We're going to work for 15 minutes, and then we're going to come back and chat. So again, pop the questions in the chat if you have any, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, we are mics on again. We're on break.
No.
How were you doing over there? I edited one video. I finished another one that I had start editing last
Mhm.
week. So, and now I'm working on the
Okay.
third. So
Nice,
I've been
nice.
going according to the Notion calendar.
Yeah.
So I got that done. Let us know what you are working on in the comments. I see basis transformations. Good morning. Good morning. Here, getting to work. Thank you. You are most welcome. Listen,
Yes.
we love working with everyone together live. And again, like we said, you don't have to be doing blog work. You can be doing day job work.
Anything.
You can be doing school work,
Mhm.
studying, just anything. We just want to co-work with you all together. But what were you working on? You said you were doing Facebook this morning,
I
right?
was doing Facebook. So I started with like what's more time consuming, which is
Mhm.
there's this one reel that I do put together, and I do post that on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so it kind of goes across platforms.
Mhm.
So I was putting that together because I had to record it, I had to edit it, I had to do the voiceover, all the things. So I got
Mhm.
that done. And then, of course, as soon as I was ready to post it, I remembered that the blog post that it's linking to, I needed to go and update. So
Yes.
I went in, I was just finishing that. So it is live and it's posted. So
Oh, good. Good, 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 good,
that
good.
is up and running with all the automation going.
Love that. We also have Tiff joining us this morning. Tiff says, good morning. Will you all still discuss 9 to 5 tips? I missed a bit of what you were saying earlier this morning. Yes. I was actually talking to my sister. So hello, sister, if you are watching. And my sister works a 9 to 5 as well. She does work from home, though. That is, that is slightly different with her situation. However, she was mentioning that even though she does work from home, she works a full-time job and she struggles to find time to work on those creative projects. So we've been thinking a lot more about that. So you'll be hearing little 9 to 5 tips during all our lives. And we want to hear from other people too. So if you are successfully, whether you're working full-time or working part-time, just work from home, work outside of the home, office, warehousing, anything, waitressing, any work you
Mhm.
do, let us know what has been working for you. If you are new here, I was sharing also that for me, waking up early and doing little by little by little, Fran was sharing weekends for long periods. I think I want us to get specific about the kinds of content,
Mhm.
because I feel like there's certain kinds of
Yeah.
content that I can do midweek that I need longer stretches for, that I have to put off for the weekend. I am also team, I need one day off on the weekend. You know what I mean? I don't touch content on a Sunday. It might be different for someone else. But for me, during the week, when I wake up early, it is strictly to do two things mainly: work on blog posts and send a newsletter. Because I
Yeah.
have a newsletter. I'm very serious about my newsletter. I would wake up cracking early because I would send it on a Friday morning to get that newsletter out. So it's always blog post and newsletter. And more recently, I will get up to do social media early in the morning. The difference with social media is I tend to always have like pictures from before in my phone that I'm using. So I'm not really like designing graphics or anything like that. It's just more of uploading, because I'm also in my editing less era. So I am not like spending an hour editing a video in CapCut. No, those days are over. Fran, what works for you?
So I actually wanted to tell you guys, going back to because I've been doing the blog for many years and also doing other platforms. So like Instagram and YouTube and all of the things. And a big part of that was still with me working 9 to 5 at the office. I wasn't getting home till 7. I was leaving the house probably at like 6:30 because by the time driving and finding parking and all the things. So like I wasn't home a lot of the time. And during those times, that definitely had to be that the work that needed to be done for the blog had to be priority. That means that I had to force myself to do the work, even when I didn't feel like it, even when I was tired, even when I wasn't really like this is a good time. There was never a good time. There was never a good time. There was never a time that I wanted to get the work done, or I wanted to record, or I wanted to do any of those things. So I think that the most important thing, especially when you have those kind of constraints, is I know we speak a lot about doing things without stressing yourself, but there has to be a level of, you have to force yourself to do it. Like, it's not going to be a soft and easy, breezy life when you have other commitments. Then I was working from home. I started working from home, and I still had my schedule. Like, I had to, start working and then finish working. The only difference is I had a little bit more time because I didn't have to drive. I didn't have to look for parking. But the rest of the time, I was still like doing the work. So that opened up a little bit more time only because of that, but I was still the same grind, And when it comes to the what you were saying about what kind of content, the most important thing is when you're doing anything with pictures or video, mostly, you cannot really do that at night, just because unless you spend a ton of money and you have like lights and the full studio, which you can do when it's pitch dark in your house. But, that would tend to take money because you need a special camera that's going to let light in and all this stuff. But, that's not how I started. It was just me and my phone. And then it upgraded to a cheap camera. I needed my window. I needed the, natural light in order to have a, decent content. So that means that I had to do that on the weekend. So as much as I also had errands to run, I had my mom in the house who I also take care of, like all of these things, that just meant that I had to force myself to do content, and I had to prioritize that. So I know that we're always tired and we're always thinking that, oh, well, when I feel like it's a good mental space to do it, because I don't want to stress myself out by adding something else, but I also prioritized content.
Yeah.
So I was doing it tired. I was, in the blog post and anything I could do that didn't really require light, I was doing it in the cave, like when everybody would go to sleep, because again, I had to take care of people. So then I was doing it late at night, or at some point I did it early in the morning, but I work better late at night. Yeah, that means that I wasn't getting a ton of sleep. And I know that we want to get to a point where it feels really easy, but when you are in that space, it can feel like you're doing a lot. That is just the reality of it.
I agree. Tiff was also saying, I work from home and feel the same way. Okay, so you and my sister are in the same boat, because the thing is, and I keep telling her, so I'm just basically telling you what I tell my sister, is until you get going, think of it this way. It's like, when you watch cartoons and you see the rock rolling down the hill, or just a little snowball, and as it goes, it snowballs. That is a thing, right? And it gets bigger. It's like, you have to get started. You have to get started and do one thing. And I don't know about anyone watching, but I will get super excited, when you feel exuberant. And that is the day you do like 10 things. And then the other day you do nothing. Create the 10 things, but keep it in the can.
Yeah.
Keep it in the can. We don't talk enough about keeping it in the can. Like, you wake up one day and the lighting is perfect and you're taking pictures. You're taking pictures of your coffee, your notebook, your journaling, whatever, your breakfast, a bowl of cereal, oatmeal. It doesn't matter. Just save that stuff in the can and then use that. I think a mindset shift that I had to turn off, because I'm just a real person, is I kept thinking I had to do everything in real time. The second I removed that real time expectation, who's going to tell? What, you're going to tell on me? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it on the download. Just keep all that extra content. Fran and I have been doing something really interesting. We are using photos from years ago in our content now. Like, we are going back in our camera roll and we're reusing things, one, that we've used for content in the past, but in a new way. And also things we've never used. Because you know how you take like a gazillion pictures and you never use them. So it's like, it's definitely doing that. Tiff says, I think for me, it's my mind not seeing any monetary gain. So it causes me to procrastinate. My sister. What is your sign, Tiff? You sound like my sister. It causes me to procrastinate. They say to have a why, and I keep trying to figure out what mine is outside of that to keep me going. And that is it, which is why we keep saying one sentence, pick one topic, one theme, one anything that you can talk about 365, 24/7, and you don't need any monetary compensation to keep you going. What is the one thing you'll pick up your phone and chat to your girlfriend about, your mom about, your sister, your friend? it has to be that one thing. It's why we can come here and just da 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 da. We are exhausted. We get off here and we say we are exhausted, but we're
We
passionate about
roll
it.
in here exhausted too.
We roll in here exhausted. We get off here exhausted.
She's an
Perpetual
Aquarius like
exhaustion.
me.
You're an Aquarius. Ooh.
Tiff, you have to do the work. Here's the thing. I started the blog 2011, and as much as okay, there was a little bit of money, like it was just paying the bills of the blog for the first 10 years. But I still kept going. So I think that the important thing is like we get really caught up. Obviously, we all want to make money.
Yes.
And sometimes it's because we're doing the wrong things. Like I can look back right now and see that I was doing the wrong things and I wasn't focusing on what is going to make me money because I was trying to do what everybody else was doing. Like I am seeing this person doing XYZ and I see that they're making money. First of all, they say they're making money. Like, I don't know that. They're not showing me a check. I don't know that that's what's happening, but benefit of the doubt and all that. This is what they're doing. It's working out for them. I need to do that. And I think that there's a lot of that stuff that's like shiny object syndrome, that it works to make money only for some people. Like I don't have that personality to like get on, video and be like, that is not me. That is not something that will work for me. That's something that works for somebody else. So I have to find the ways that I can make money that work with how I am and who I am, and I think that also once you find a system that that this system can make money in a way that also fits with me, then you find the thing that you're passionate about, and then you just put your head down and you just have to grind. And as much as I was grinding for a decade without seeing any money because I was doing the wrong thing. So that's on me because I was not open to learning other things. I was just like, with the blinders on and like, this is what I see other people doing and this is what I have to do. And it's like that bull mentality. And I don't do that anymore. Now it's like, okay, what is it that does make sense, that makes money, even if it's not the shiny thing that like it's making money for other people, or even if it's not the, like people get excited about certain things. Maybe it's ego, maybe it's whatever. Like I don't need the vanity metrics anymore. Whereas before, that's what I thought I had to chase in order to make money. So that's my 2 cents.
Listen, we're going to talk about this some more. We got to go back to work. Let's get back to our cubicles, people. Yeah. Let's get back to our cubicles. But no, this is a conversation we definitely want to keep having, and we'll pick up at the next break. Again, pop your thoughts and comments and feelings, and we'll circle back. And now we're going mics off.
Thank you.
Okay, break is up. I'm just clicking away and I was like, where did the time go? My Lord.
Same.
Whew, too soon. We are back. We are back. Time for our little kiki moment now because we're not going back to work after this. This is the last one. Listen, now is the time to sound off in the comments if you have any thoughts, if you have any questions, if you have any of the things. I do want to shout out this one comment. Basis Transformation says, I'm having trouble focusing today. We had to move last week, and this is the first time I turned the computer on, and I need a little time to be ready for work, but I will be back next week. Thank you. So odds are you're not seeing this, but if you end up having to turn on the replay, if you end up watching the replay, let me tell you something. Moving is a huge transition. I don't care if you're moving from the apartment upstairs, downstairs, downstairs, upstairs, and you just feel like you're just moving one flight of stairs. It disrupts the creative energy like nobody's business. When I moved, I think this summer is going to be 2 years. And I know, Francesca, didn't you move shortly after me, like later in the year?
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't matter. It disrupts everything. One, you can't find things, and then two, you got to get into the mental bandwidth of it all. So give yourself grace, girl. If you need extra weeks, we get it. We get it.
Just go in maintenance mode for a little bit because it is rough.
It is rough. Not to mention this time of year is just rough. Then you throw in that in the mix. But anyways, we do want to get back to a little bit more conversation about the 9 to 5 of it all. I was actually looking at comments also on our channel to kind of just bring in a few extra things. If our girl Tiff is still here, but just also anyone who is struggling. If you are struggling working your day job and then finding time to create, you're never in the mood, you're feeling super, super, super exhausted, or just not feeling the energy or the motivation, whatever it might be, because I know it shows up different for different people. What I'm going to recommend that you slowly implement into your life is some structure. Now, I am the queen of structure. I like having a plan and know what I'm doing every single day. I know some people don't like that rigidity. And in the case of Tiff, I know she's an Aquarius. Definitely not. Definitely.
But you need a little bit.
But you need a little bit. So what I'm going to challenge you to do, I'm going to challenge you to do one thing. Look at your calendar. And anyone watching right now, live, replay, whoever, if you are struggling to find time, I want you to look at your calendar realistically and carve out 1 hour of time, or even 2 hours if you're lucky, because that's a lot, to just make that time your content creation time. And if possible, if you can do it consistently at the same time, according to your schedule, it doesn't have to be every day. It could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It could be Tuesday, Thursday. It could be every Saturday at this time, just to get started. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever, just to get started, and dedicate that time no matter what you are showing up. It's kind of like what we do for you here. We are tired, we are exhausted, and we crash out on here every 10 a.m. on our Monday. We also have a live that we do separate and apart for our blogs. And we go live every Thursday at 12 noon, right? But we carve out that time and we make that time no matter what is going on. And I know it sounds extreme, but when it comes to your content creation, try and see if you can carve out that exact same time. Maybe it's just that 1 hour to do that blog post, that 1 day a week. And then 1 day is just your social media day. I think it's a slow way to build the scaffolding for the structure that you need. And outside of a structural point of view, when it comes to content creation, I definitely want you all to lean into documenting what you're doing instead of creating. Because I can just give a quick example to say, when I used to feel like, oh, I had to get up, dress up, get my makeup ready, get my hair together. Trust me, getting ready itself is work. Then I have to physically get the camera set up, get the microphone set up. By the time I do all of them things, I am tired. I don't even have the energy to then turn on and put on. So whatever you are creating content around, I highly recommend you document. If you're in your kitchen baking, it is turning on your camera, okay? And just recording start to finish. Start to finish. Of, hey, come bake cookies with me. Turn camera on. If you are writing a book, it is come write with me. I'm going to try to hit. You don't have to do this, but this is just something to get people invested, the stakes, right? Come write with me. Let's see how many words I can write in an hour. Or come write with me. I'm trying to hit 1,000 words. I don't know, make something up. If you are gardening, it is come garden with me as I, get rid of my weeds, clear the land. Listen, I don't garden. So just, you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I do garden because right now I have hedges that I have to go replace. You know what I'm saying? So it would be like me turning on the camera and say, come garden with me as I get rid of these dead plants, like how I have to dig them up now and replant the new stuff. I ain't doing it, to be frank, but you know what I'm saying? So it's little things like this. Think about documenting instead of creating. Now, when I create content for my YouTube channel, separate apart from this, actually not even separate and apart, I was editing or branding fix videos during co-working today. And we are editing less. So if you were here from the jump, or even if you weren't here from the jump, go back to our early videos. First of all, dumpster fires, but also we were highly editing. Yeah. If you look at our videos now, we are legit coming, we're sitting down, and we want to have a conversation with you. If we can just remove ourselves from the perfection mindset, which I know is hard because all we've been seeing over the past 10 years on social media is perfection, it can really help. And not showing up how we think people need to see us, but showing up as we are. And I know, Fran, you were talking to me the other day about like the environment, because I know the environment is a barrier for some people too, because they feel like they're not in the right space.
Yeah.
Well, they're putting it off and saying, okay, maybe when I move to the new house, or maybe when I can buy this thing or set up, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I definitely think so. I think there's a lot to be said for getting ready. And I know Tiff was saying that she feels like she has to put on a full face of makeup, which, listen, we've been there, like, especially when we've been in these streets and these social media streets for some years, that was the expectation. And that was all the things. But like, look at me, I got nothing on. Okay. It is fine. It is fine for you to show up however you are. I think that, and if there's a day that you feel like putting on a little something, that's fine too. I'm not saying that you just have to show up, barefaced like this, but be okay with that. The only thing that worked for me to get over that was to post the extreme. So like I did go with I'm not even going to do anything. And I started posting a lot of that and just, I don't care what I look like, and just getting it out there. And I think that helped me overcome some of that. Like, you don't have to go that extreme, but definitely don't just start to be comfortable with showing up as you are yourself. Like, if today you didn't put on a full face of makeup and maybe you just had a little foundation, then that is how you show up, and that is fine. I don't think people are out here really questioning if your eyelashes are perfect. Like, I know we think that they are, but they're not. Okay, they just want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, didn't you do wigs too? Like, you did wigs.
And you know what's funny? Like, I would do I actually used to do the wigs long ago on the channel, because I'm like, I don't have time to fix my hair, and I would throw on a wig. And it actually became this thing where I had people commenting like, oh, which fun wig are you wearing today? Oh, I haven't seen that wig. And like, you don't have to get that extreme unless you want to make it like a character kind of thing. Like, okay, well, today I am in character. And like, you can actually say like, listen, I didn't wash my hair. That is fine. Like, just be playful with it. But definitely that is all about letting go of the perfectionism. We are so hard on ourselves, and we judge ourselves so much for how we look and like how everything has to be perfect and all these things. And I think that is the first thing to work on and overcome. But like Victoria said about the environment as well, like, there's nothing wrong with posting content, recording content, or taking a photo with just a plain wall. Like, even in our niche, I have seen so many people that have very successful accounts, and all they're doing is taking pictures of stuff in front of a white wall. And you can record the videos there too. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, find one piece of white wall that gets decent light from a window, and you're good to go. Like, we make it, especially in niches where like there's a certain expectation that you have XYZ behind you, because that
A beautiful
shows,
kitchen, a
yeah,
nice
like it
bookshelf,
shows that
a
you
nice.
are
Mhm.
in the niche, you know what I mean? Like whatever
You know
you're
me.
talking about, like, oh, even in makeup, where you see all these makeup girls that they have the IKEA closets full of drawers and drawers of makeup. Like, how is that realistic? But that is the expectation that we think is there if you are going to talk about makeup. And so, like, if I don't have that, I can't talk about it. And I think that is something we need to mentally get ourselves out of it, because you can be talking about makeup while recording that video sitting on your bed and just showing like the two things that you put on that morning, and like, or the things that you religiously use or whatever. It is totally fine. And I think that that is just a construct that, yes, it was there because social media was more curated, but I'm here to tell you that it's not like that anymore. So just post the raw, whatever things look like. I mean, just maybe don't have dirty underwear laying around.
I'm just saying, you can curate a little even, because what I
Yeah.
was going to say is, I know people who go to the fabric store, okay? In
Mhm.
my case, Joanne's Fabrics down the
Right.
road, okay? And they just hang up that one thing in
Yeah.
the back. If you don't have a clear wall, I get it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The
Put
thing
a piece
is,
of fabric behind you. That is totally
people
fine.
just have fabric and they
Mhm.
start recording. But also, I wanted to talk about, a particular trend that I have been seeing. And I think it will be helpful, again, for content creators now and moving in the future. The trend is moving away from curation,
Mhm.
actually. People don't trust influencers anymore. Listen, if there are influencers out there that you just feel like it is so fake, it is so put on, or they're constantly selling you something, raise your hand. Obviously, I can't see your hand, but I know you're feeling it,
Yeah.
because I'm feeling it. Even people I used to listen to, I used to be like, you ain't telling me the whole story. Like, something, they're not letting it hang. They still feel super curated. I mean, we talked about the Amy Porterfield and Jenna Kutcher thing. If you missed that video,
Mhm.
check that out. But what we were also saying is they are from the school of presenting a certain way. And they are having a hard time breaking out, which is why they're not able to level up. So, what I'm telling you now, what you think is holding you back from creating content is the thing that would actually make you blow up.
Mhm.
Because there are way more people out there like you who feel imposter syndrome, who feel like they don't have the best place, but you know what you want to talk about. You feel passionate about it. And you just got in front of the microphone and you said it anyway. It's why
Mhm.
TikTok took off,
Yeah.
because people are sick of the Instagram curation. Then the TikTokers became, these big influencers, and the platform shifted. And then it felt like very salesy and people putting on, and now you can't decipher what's real or not. So I am telling you right now, they're more real. You can bring people in behind the scenes, the more unfiltered you can be. I actually love live. You know why? Because when we turn this off, it's done.
Mhm.
I was editing videos or sit down chatting, more structured videos. You got work to do. I encourage
Yeah.
everybody to go live. Go live. Go live doing whatever it is you're doing. Just turn on the live, step back, start talking, showing, demonstrating. Spring is coming up. If you're planting seeds in your garage, or wherever you're doing it, take the peoples in and show
Mhm.
them. So when it's time to go outside, you're like, okay, you're doing that. Sit down, take people behind the scenes. People want more behind the scenes than polish right now. That is the hill I'm gonna die on. I'm gonna
Yeah.
die on. People want more real, less edited. And when I post those videos, they are doing good. I posted a whole 2 minute, 30 something second video on Friday. Granted, it was about a trending topic. I ain't gonna lie to you. Or kind of trending. And I am now at 10,000 views on Instagram. You know how much my last reel got? So I'm going to give you context, real time context. I did another video. Hold on, let me see. What does the insight say? I've posted it February 11th. So that would have been what? Like
About a week
Wednesday?
ago. Yeah. Yeah.
The 11th was Wednesday?
I think
Anyway,
so.
I posted that and I got 2,000 views. And that video's duration was 39 seconds. And you know how people say, oh, they just need quick, 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 quick. Listen, I was drawing a blank as I'm there talking to the peoples. I was like, you know what this is? And then, and I'm going down, and I said, nope, you know what? It's a money grab. And I went in a whole different direction because something else clicked in the brain. I did not script this. It was long and drawn out. I ain't gonna lie. But it reached 5 times the number of people. It has comments of people sharing their opinions and their experiences, and people be disagreeing with me, people be agreeing too. But the point I'm trying to make, I'm saying all of this to say that video had zero, it's just me sitting there, and I'm not ranting and raving, I'm just sharing an opinion and all the feelings, and people connected. So I think we need to do more of that. It's okay if one video just gets 10 people seeing it. I have posts that don't do well either, but that shouldn't stop you from keep the next one, the next one, the next, something's gonna hit.
Yeah. And the more that you're being really raw and natural and just, you know, giving your thoughts and opinions as opposed to trying to put on to influence someone to do X, Y, Z, I think that that's the wrong direction. It's the old direction. So you need to be in the new, which is document what you're doing. You have to share your opinions. So you cannot hold back on, oh, I'm only going to talk about the things that are positive, because no, you got to talk about everything. People have to know what do you like, what do you don't like, so that they really get to know you. And I think there is value in that. It makes you more human. And people connect with you. At the end of the day, that's what's going to build trust in anything that you are talking about, is the fact that they can tell where everything lands for you.
And I think there is a line, because, you know, I used to be afraid to share things that I didn't like. And Francesco is the person who told me no, because that way they're able to gauge your taste. So there is a line, because you have rage bait out there on the internet. We are not rage
Be respectful. Yes.
We are telling you why we don't like something, and we're telling you our reasoning. I also feel the more opinions you have, the better. And, you know, Tiff says that's so interesting. It's true. Focusing on influencing is too much pressure and makes me feel like I have to be someone I am not. And that right there is why people don't hit. See, the people who you see hit doing something specific, it came easier, or it's more natural or organic to them. Okay. I'm not going to get on the internet and rant and rave or bawl my eyes out about how this didn't work or whatever, because that is not my personality. My personality is, and my friends come to me, and that could be a lens to which you could look through yourself to create content. What do your friends come to you for? My friends, they will call me and they will complain and cry about something. But that is not the primary reason they call me. Odds are they talk to 2-3 different people before they call me to cry and complain. I promise you. So they got it out their system. They're just complaining and crying to me to give me context, because they know I'm going to come forward with a solution. I am the solutions friend. I am not the friend who, I don't complain and moan. So if you see me up on here, you know that is fake and that is AI, because I ain't gonna ask you for no money, no beg you for nothing and tell you, oh God, I gotta pay my rent. That ain't never gonna be me. That's how you will know that is fake stuff out there. So ask yourself, like, what kind of friend are you? What kind of friend are you? And, you know, what kind of energy do you give in your real life? And the last thing I want to say is, because I got caught up in this trap of, I was constantly wanting to create content as my aspirational self, meaning I'm like, this is how I want to project. This is how I want to be. Or when I get to this point, I'll create content. No, you need to create content where you are right now. Because trust me, when the money starts moneying, you will see. People also love a come up. You know, so people want to see where you are now, and they want to see you on that journey. One of the biggest come ups I've seen was Tabitha Brown. Like, that come up was like, listen, the come ups of all come ups. I want her come up. I want her go up, you know? But I say this all to say, start with where you are now, not where you think you need to be before you show up on camera.
Yeah.
No, if people can see the journey, that's why people don't really be coming for Tabitha too hard. They try. Listen, they try. And they shade and they say all kinds of things. But people remember her when she was posting content in her kitchen, cooking live. People remember her when she was driving Uber and just doing it. And then the post popped off. You think Tabitha Brown planned for that post to pop off when it did and Whole Foods called her up for whatever? I was also editing a video, and I know I'm going on. I was editing one of our videos when we were saying in the video, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to tell you all that, but also subscribe to the channel so you get to see the video when the video goes live. But you can't plan the content that will go viral. You just, you can't. You might see patterns. You might try to imitate someone else, but people are going to see that that is not it and that's not real. And when you create content, other opportunities will come, because that was the video we were editing. We were sharing how other opportunities came before we even started making money from our blog, just from blogging, just from sharing all what we think and feel, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the most important. Just document what you're doing so you don't have the pressure to create. Let go of all the perfectionism. You don't have to be a certain way. Do things where you are right now. I think that's putting it all together for you. And you don't have to put on this persona in order to turn on a camera, whether it's to take a picture or to do a video. Like, just show up as you are and let people in on the real you.
Let them in on the real you. Don't put on people.
Yeah.
And I think we're moving away from that.
Yeah.
You know, we are telling you now, and you're like, you're not seeing it yet. Wait for it. See, that's a thing. You don't want to jump on it when everybody else is doing it. By that time, the train is gone. It's like trying to sign up for TikTok now. Listen, that train has left the station. So anyways, I know
speaking on time, I know that people were saying like 9 to 5, where do I find time? Maybe that is you going for your lunch break and sitting in the car and recording your content in the car. I mean, all of it works while they can see that you are or in the lunchroom at the office or wherever it is that you are. I think there's value for them seeing, listen, I am doing this when I can. I am doing this, whatever. Like, you don't need a studio. You don't need all these things.
Yeah, you don't need that aesthetic. I want to see more content when people are just showing up unfiltered. Yeah. And like the video I told you I just posted, it was so unfiltered. There was zero structure. I was going off. And I was sharing my opinions. And I'm like here, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm losing the plot. The point is, you know, like, I even had to bring myself back. Y'all see how I am here? I will just go off and I'm telling you 3, 5, 10 different things. But people connected with that. So maybe you do a better job at delivering it. They would be like, okay, yeah, she makes more sense than this one. So, and sometimes, last thing, and I know I've been saying last thing, but it's true. Sometimes it's not the message, it's the messenger, because some people can't hear me. Yeah. And I understand that. I am not for everyone. But you creating your content, it might click finally for someone else, you know? So just we need to start putting on. I am exhausted. Audiences are exhausted too. Yeah. So they wanna feel something real. I think at the end of the day, we're in a loneliness epidemic. People don't feel connected, even though we are the most connected we have ever been in the world. I am old enough. Well, I guess it's showing my age. I remember when I used to have to send a letter to my grandparents, and I had to wait a whole 3 weeks before I even think, because I was like, it probably taken 3 weeks to get there. And then by the time they write me back, it's like a certain time. Like, I remember those days. I remember getting cost the F out for long distance phone calls. Okay. Like, it was horrible. My parent, listen, I was rough. I was always on the phone. Y'all see, I was always talking. And long
that used to be expensive.
And long distance, I don't mean countries. That was a whole other fee I used to get a whooping for.
Yeah, that was
talking. It would be like the equivalent of like calling a different state. You know what I mean? Like a different county. Because it's like, if you call people within your area, it was like free or a flat fee. I don't remember. But once you started calling someone, it's like living in Florida and calling someone in New York. That phone bill. Rough. So we are so connected, but people are not feeling that connection because everything is so put on. So when you show up, you know, authentically, and see, Tiff said, I'm socially awkward or shy on camera. Maybe someone will connect. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. You know how many
that is exactly the point.
There's so many people out there who don't even want to turn on a camera. And you know what? Maybe your first couple of videos aren't you talking. It's you inviting people to come do something with
Yeah.
you. And then you build from there. And then you build from there. Go find some copyright free music, put that on in the background. Where did you get that copyright free music from again?
Stream Beats, I think. I'll look at it and put it in the comments. We'll put it in the description.
Find some free copyright free music. I know YouTube has some and other places and whatnot. And slap that on, spend an hour with me writing. I'm planning this. Come do this with me. So anyway, y'all have a good rest of your Monday. I hope you have a great start to the week. See, this is what happened when people... I am rambling because now I don't have a time check. But listen, I am hungry. I'm going to go get some lunch. Wishing y'all a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. We have a new video coming up Friday. It is good. We have some great videos coming up, you guys. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and also come co-work with us next week again. We're going to be doing this next week again, but then the following week, it's going to be the first of the month. So we're going to have our board meeting and we're going to cover all the trends and what's new and what we see is working for us and or plans. Listen, we're going to already, one more month and we're in Q2. So we're going to be sharing those plans too.
Scary.
All right, y'all. Take care. Bye.